Hello. Hello, everybody. How's it going? How's everyone's holiday? Hello, everybody. Hey, man, what's up? Hope everyone's having a great day. Hey, nice to see you up in here. Nice to see ya. Always great to see some familiar faces in the chat. We haven't done too many of these streams in a while. I just thought I would hop on. Good so far. I am so glad to hear y'all had a good weekend. I don't know how many of you in the chat celebrate Thanksgiving, but here it's a pretty big thing. Thanksgiving's a pretty big ordeal. Triple X, how's it going? We're here for kind of just my chill part of the week, man. This is kind of something I wanna start doing. I mean, I love doing all these kind of live things, but I do also like kind of having my own little live thing throughout the week. So it might be something I start doing more regularly. Happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. I do. I love Thanksgiving, one of my favorite holidays. And again, everyone who does celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone ate a bunch of turkey. Before we get, just a disclaimer. I don't have any topics planned. I just kind of have anything anyone wants to talk about from throughout the week that came out. We can talk about it. I don't have any notes. I don't got nothing. We're just hanging for a little bit. What's everyone's favorite Thanksgiving food? I've had this discussion with a lot of people. I feel like each person has like a different answer. So if you celebrate Thanksgiving, what's your favorite? Just watch Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, holiday special, I'm sorry. Such a great short film. I have not seen it yet. Honestly, right after this, I'm probably going to go watch it. But I'm hearing great things, and I am not surprised. Has Guardians put out a bad thing? I don't think they have. Outside of them in Thor Love and Thunder, I don't think we've had a bad Marvel projects that have included the Guardians. So it makes sense, man. Even the Groot thing I thought was fun. Groot I thought was really fun. Rip David Jason Frank. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to put it in the thumbnail or not because it's been a little bit, but I'm 100% Rip Jason David Frank, my childhood icon, my absolute just favorite thing as a kid. Like, I was obsessed as a child. Man. Let's put this up. Hold on, let me put this up real quick. This one or this one? Let's do this one. Just for slight spoilers for anything we might end up talking about. But yeah, Rip Jason. I don't get emotional over like celebrity actors a lot. Like I don't feel a connection with a lot of like celebrities. But this one hurt. Like it really hurt, man. I don't have a favorite. Fair enough. And even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, like what's just your favorite food in general? Because I don't want to put anyone out that doesn't celebrate. Favorite food in the chat. We don't normally do this, but I did have my favorite food on Thanksgiving. We got some pizza yesterday to kind of go with the Thanksgiving meal, and it was amazing. Do I watch Titans? I do. I just before the stream, because I figured some people would chime in and want to talk about the next episodes. I hurried up and watched it. I'm caught up. First 5 episodes. What's everyone's thoughts on the season? Because I feel like I'm in a minority spot with Titans. This season especially, because I've been seeing a lot of opinions on it going a certain way, and I'm not exactly there. But I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts. Hamburgers with fries. That's a really solid favorite food. That's real solid. Good hamburger with some good fries, man. Nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. Well, some things beat it, but like if you said that this was your favorite food, I'd be like, yeah, I get it 100%. 100% get it why it would be your favorite food. But yeah, Titans, man. Is everyone enjoying it? I am. It's like every other episode where I'm like, all right, this is solid, and then I'll be like, I don't like this. Like I liked episode 1, I didn't like episode 2. I thought episode 3 was okay. Didn't like episode 4, and then I thought 5 was all right. Let's see. It is good, but I really want to see Brother Blood now taking forever to bring up Gar is not transforming yet. Yeah, this is my... I've thought about this, and like, there's been this battle in my head where like, there's almost this thought of, if we can't properly use Beast Boy, why did we have him on the show, almost, right? Like, Beast Boy's going to be hard to do in live action unless you have a massive budget. I think on like an HBO Max budget, it's hard to do him right. And I feel it this season. I mean, at least this season we are really... I think we're trying. Like, especially in this latest episode, like we are at least trying to do some fun stuff with this character. But I don't know. Like, I want to see... It's one of my favorite DC characters, so I would honestly like to see Gar do more. And as far as like Brother Blood kind of coming out, I think they're doing a pretty good job. Because like, my issue with Titans, one of my many issues with Titans is their villains, and I actually appreciate them kind of taking their time and having this like personal connection with a couple of things. I don't know. My favorite Thanksgiving food is stuffing and sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes. Those are some good ones. I never used to like stuffing, but this year I'm like, actually, I'm kind of vibing with some stuffing. In my opinion, Titans gets better each season. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know if I agree exactly, but I could see that opinion. But I know a lot of people hate it. I don't want to hate it. I don't want to hate it, man. I want to like the show, and I think I like episodes of the show. It's just as a whole, I want more from Titans, you know? Like, I think with a show, and I think this year is kind of like this season, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts, because the main criticism about Titans is it doesn't feel like a Titans show. This season does, in my personal opinion. It feels like Dick and Raven and Beast Boy and Super, like, it feels like everyone's kind of getting their own kind of time to shine, which is kind of fun. Would you guys agree with that? Like, I think that's one thing they've finally been able to improve upon. Jinx has become one of my favorite characters addition to the season. I agree. Jinx might be my favorite character this season. Her and maybe Tim. I'm really enjoying Tim Drake. I liked him last season quite a bit, but I don't know. I think he just feels like right at home. To a point, I often forget he wasn't always there. Also, episodes 1 through 3 was good. 4 was eh. 5 was my favorite. I might actually agree with that. I didn't like episode 2 very much, but it was okay. 4, I was bored. I think that was my biggest issue. I was so bored with episode 4. Let me try and get caught up with chat here. Hey bro, just rewatching some scenes from The Flash Armageddon. Hey, great crossover, man. I love Armageddon. Love Armageddon. Probably our last real crossover. Let me see. Got a little introductory going on here. You love to see it. You love to see it. Seasons 1 and 3 for me was bad, but for me, season 2 and 4 are your favorite. Interesting. I might have. I think I would go the other way around, at least so far. I can't. Season 4 is too early for me to tell. I think it could either be the best or the worst. Because, like, for me, it's very slow. Like, they're very much winding up to, I think, this ultimate back half of the season. But I think if the back half is just really strong, it might be the favorite. But if not, I think it'll be my least favorite. Breaking news, Blue Beetle has and will not be marketed at IndieCon. Yeah, I saw something like that. I really hope Blue Beetle's safe, man. Because it's in a couple months, right? Isn't it like March or whatever? April? It's in the spring. We ain't that far away. We ain't that far away from Blue Beetles on our screen. So I hope it's out. It's like I think it's my third or second most anticipated film from next year. So I hope Blue Beetle's out. I hope we get a release date for The Flash Season 9 soon. Yeah, we should be getting that real soon. We haven't got anything for the CW's next, like, upcoming batch of seasons. The winter stuff. We normally get that in, like, November, December, right? November, I thought. I think there's a lot of things happening at the CW right now, so maybe they don't know when everything's coming out. I don't think it's a situation where, like, they're not going to come out. I've seen a lot of people, like, really worry about, like, they might not come out. So I don't think it's a situation like that. Yeah, because, like, we're still actively filming. I think if something like that would happen, we would have to have stopped a while ago. Jinx is actually growing on me. Kind of reminds me of Charlie in Legends of Tomorrow. I could see that. I could definitely see that. For me, the best season of Titans is season 3, 4. Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that. 3 is my favorite, like, by a large amount. But I think, I could see 4 rising to the occasion in the back half if it's just really good. It's very much like a slow burn. So it all depends on that back half. I think if the back half carries, we're good. If it doesn't, we're not. You know? Tim Drake, in my opinion, I kind of wish he became the new Robin. They're taking... Yeah, but we kind of need that. I actually very much like they could have so easily have just kind of threw him into the frying pan. Like a lot of shows do, but they didn't. I like that they're training him, they're taking their time. You kind of want to see that. Blue Beetle comes out, is it August? Okay. Alright, so we got a little bit of time. We got, like, what, 7 months? Okay. What's up with the snake? Superboy threw the snake and it was out and about. Yeah. Oh, that whole sequence was really weird. That was really weird. The whole, like, I'll be honest. I kind of had it on. I had some headphones in. I was watching kind of, like, in the corner while I was putting up my Christmas tree today. And I just kind of, like, looked over and I just see, like, Dick Grayson pull up his shirt and the man looked like he was pregnant, and I kind of got grossed out a little bit. There's Christmas music going on in, like, the background. Bing Crosby was off singing, and we just got this weird scene in Titans. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not... Is it a hot take to say I'm not a huge fan of, like, Supernatural Titans? Like, it should be a certain amount of element to the show. Like when you have Raven as, like, a major character, you want there to be magic and supernatural stuff involved. But I almost feel like I'm not a big fan of it, of, like, supernaturally things in the show. I don't know. That might be my hot take for the stream. Off topic, why do I feel like we might not get Thawne in the final season since people are annoyed with him being the main villain? I don't want him to be the main villain either. I did for so long. But the fact that we had him last season, we really seem like we wrapped him up. I don't want him as the big bad, although he needs to appear. I can't imagine a world where Thawne just doesn't appear. I've said this for a couple weeks now. I think you need to have your season where you kind of have your main villain, and then the final episode is kind of separate on its own. Maybe there's a huge time jump, and Thawne is finally the villain again in that final episode. Wherever that final season may be. I have a whole pitch on what I kind of think, what I would like my final episode to look like, but I want someone else. I think the only one, like, I think you can only be, people will only be satisfied if the final villain is Thawne or Cobalt Blue. I cannot imagine anyone else kind of fitting that mold for people and they to be satisfied. Like, we have Red Death. A lot of people think Red Death's going to be the main villain. She's not. She's gone, right? I think Javicia left Vancouver already, so there's no way she's our main villain like people are saying. Or maybe the Rogues. If you do the Rogues as the final villain, I'd be very content, actually. But that's a little bit of a cheat code, because that's like everyone. I get tired of Thawne after Season 8. Armageddon, I love him, but they're overusing him too much. Fair enough. I like it, I like it a lot. I think, and I think if we had more seasons or whatever, I'd be fine if he was the main villain again. I just don't want, like, he was in the finale for Season 7, and again in 8. I don't think he can do it again in Season 9. I do hope Matt comes back from Reverse Flash for one season. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think most people want, man. I would love that. Matt's I don't know. Who's your favorite Thawne, guys? Because I legitimately can't choose what my favorite Thawne is. Because, like, Tom is my boy, but also Matt plays him so well. I can't choose. If I had to choose, I'd probably pick Tom as my favorite, but they're so good. Like, I can't think of like another Mantle where, like, two people have just played it so well. So different, but so well, you know? Red Death only 3 episodes? Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be, like, mini arcs. I kind of hope that's not the case. I kind of hope we don't just have, like, these, like, mini 3-episode arcs. That'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? Like, 3-episode Red Death, 3 episodes for Rogues, or 3 episodes for Cobalt Blue, or Thawne, or whatever. That'd be kind of wild, actually. That gives us about 4 different arcs. If we did 3 episodes an arc. I don't know. Oops, skipped this comment. I don't want Reverse Flash to be the main villain for Flash Season 9, in my opinion. I think they kind of... Yeah, I think they wrapped up the larger Thawne arc. I think we need to see him again, but I don't need him as the main villain. That's my take. Did you see the new photos Cannon Graphs had with Batwoman fighting Red Death? I mean, I doubt it's just Batwoman, right? Because we saw, what was it? The Hotness, Pied Piper, Goldface, and Barry there as well. So I don't think it's Batwoman v Red Death. I doubt it. And it makes sense to me, like, it makes sense that Barry would go get Ryan for at least, like, to talk to her, maybe see what her weaknesses are. I think the big question I'm going to be having going into this little arcy thing that we have going on with Ryan Wilder is, do Barry and Ryan know each other at this point in the timeline? I would be shocked if he doesn't know about her. I would assume that Kate Kane told Barry and maybe the rest of the league, hey, I'm gone, there's a new Batwoman, if you need her, go, you can just run up there or whatever. But have they officially met? Has she been in these Justice League off-screen crossovers? Because we know they've been having crossovers. We know that, like, this Justice League has been... I call it Justice League, even though we haven't officially done that. Like, I think we've seen them fight in the world. It's just all been off screen. So has she been part of that lineup for the last couple years, or have they not met yet? Diggle knows about him, and I'd be curious if that came up between them. Matt's your favorite? Sure. Matt's great, man. I can't choose. They're so good. Hello. I'm late. Just went around the corner to buy one thing, and it took ages. What did I miss? Nothing much, man. We're just chatting. We're just having some fun. How was your Thanksgiving? If you celebrate Thanksgiving. If not, how was your Thursday? Tom, because I've seen him with, I think, more of him, and we haven't really seen much of Matt. That's fair. My nostalgia will always be about Matt, but I think there's always going to be a pain in not seeing more of Matt. Did I say that backwards? I think I said it backwards. Tom will always be my nostalgia train. I always will want to see more of Matt. I think they're filming 9x6 as we speak. That sounds right. We need Zoom, Weather Wizard, and Captain Cold to return. I would love that. I would say Zoom is very likely. That's Eric's favorite villain. He hasn't brought him back yet. There was an interview this week that I did not listen to, but there was something that came out with the actor who played Zoom. I'm slacking though, because I did not read it. Weather Wizard would be nice. The OG one, not Weather Witch. Please no. And Captain Cold would be a dream, but I don't know if we could get him back. But he came back for the Legends 100th, so maybe he'd come back for this too. If they bring Godspeed back, I hope they change his voice. Didn't we see him on set? Like, wasn't there a photo with Godspeed, or am I tripping? I would assume they can bring back Godspeed. He's a character. He's really easy to bring back because you don't need an actor. Like, you could literally put him in the suit, have him come back, and be like, oh, here's another character that's returning for this final event or whatever. I'm down though. Honestly, as many speedsters as you can get, I am down. Flash loves their speedsters. We bitched about not, needing a break from speedsters after Savitar, but we love them. Tell me y'all don't love these epic running around the city speedster battles. They're so cool. We all love them. I want at least a couple of those this season. We have Red Death here. We probably have Zoom. We probably have Godspeed. Give them to me. Give me all the cool speedster battles as we possibly could get. The new photo showed. Yeah, I saw that. But that scene was also took around the same time as the other one. So I assume. It's not like we haven't seen vigilantes fight speedsters in the past, right? Like Mia fought Eobard last season. Oliver fought Reverse Flash as well, so I'm not saying she should win, because she shouldn't, but maybe I could see her trying to put up a fight. I would be pissed if Batwoman is the one who defeats Godspeed. I don't think that's happening. I bet she'll help. It'd probably be like a team effort. But maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't hate it. As long as the Flash is the center of the story, I don't care too much. Because then you always run into the issue that people had with Arrow, where it's like, well, this is a season about crossovers and not Arrow itself, which I personally liked, because I love the entire Arrowverse, but I know hardcore Arrow fans were very upset about the final season of Arrow, and I can understand that. I'm Australian, so not much with Thanksgiving. Yeah. I'm doing pretty good, though. So cats are awesome, man. Tell the cat I said hi. Yeah, no, there's part of my brain who's like, oh, happy Thanksgiving. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, not everyone celebrates. So I had to have to be kind of careful with that. This week has been bad after, yes, absolutely. Jason David Frank, Kevin Conroy, the actor played Hagrid was last month, was it not? And we also had we had Wakanda Forever came out, which was a memorial of Chadwick Boseman. So there's been a lot to mourn over the last couple weeks, months. It's been rough, man. It's been real rough. Hey, maybe bring back Savitar. Who knows? I would be down. I would not be down, man. Or I would be down. I said that wrong. I would be totally down for Savitar. I love Savitar. To a level. I mean, that man made my head spin. Like what a weird time for the fandom. But also it was one of the most hyped times in the fandom. Like before it was revealed, Savitar was so hype. He was so hype, man. I love speedsters in the show. Villains, I was complaining. Yeah, man. I needed a break after season 3. Like, I was glad that we did the Thinker. But I think 5 and 6 and most of 7 without speedster villains was a bit much. Teddy Sears, the Zoom actor, just said he kept in touch with Grant Gustin, etc. He'd like to return one last time before it ends. Yeah. I think he said that several times. Honestly, he should have had more to do in the 100th episode, because it wasn't actually him, right? Wasn't it just like the suit? Maybe it was him. I don't remember. I don't think so though. I'm so excited. Winter Soldier is coming to Marvel's Avengers November 29th. Oh, the game? The Marvel game? That must be what you're talking about. I was very confused. I was like, yeah, I think you're like 10 years too late for that. For Marvel's Avengers. But no, yeah, the game I assume you're referring to. Speedsters are the best. If you could have any superheroes' abilities myself, I'd choose speedster ability. Speedsters are pretty good. My thought with that, though, is you gotta eat a darn lot. I think that's the one pullback for being a speedster. You gotta eat a lot. At least DC's speedsters, right? If I could have one, I've always loved shapeshifting myself. I love shapeshifting so much. I think it's the coolest power. Down below, guys, tell me what superpowers you guys would like. What's your least favorite villain, and what's your least favorite Team Flash member? Ooh, interesting. Villain just on a Flash? Cicada, without a doubt. Cicada. Least favorite member of Team Flash? Probably Cecile, if I'm being honest. I get that's not an unpopular opinion, and like that character has gone through such an evolution. Like I loved her when she first started. I think I don't think the decision to upgrade her to series regular was their best decision. She has some great moments sometimes, and I think when she's given some of Joe's material, it's really good, like just kind of mentor-y type role. But she's not great. I'm very concerned for the final season as far as Cecile goes. I loved Season 8 of Arrow except 8x9. Oh, was that the backdoor pilot? Fair enough. So you didn't love Green Arrow and the Canaries. Yeah. I enjoyed it enough. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was fine. I don't think it was a good backdoor pilot, but I thought it was just a fine episode. Cecile and least favorite... the Forces. I prefer... I still think yeah, the Forces weren't great, were they? I'm still gonna stick with Cicada, though. Because that... I feel like I was closer to quitting the show during Cicada than I was the Forces. Arrow Season 5 was awesome, and Prometheus was badass. Yes. Yes, he was. Top 10 Arrowverse seasons, for sure. For sure. For power, super strength. That's a great power. Alright, I hate season 5 of The Flash, like a lot of other people do. I do think it's the best season. I do think it's not the best season, but two things they could have done to make it better is not make Cicada talk, just give him the Darth Vader breathing thing. I will stand by the statement. That I think Cicada could have been really good if he wasn't 22 episodes. I think if you had him like a solid 6 to 7 episode arc, I think if Eric Wallace handled the character in his little 6 to 8 episode pods, he would have been a solid villain. Because I think the idea of just like a metahuman, like kind of hitman, if you will, just like this like assassin going off, like getting like different like metahumans, is kind of cool. Like I love the idea. And not bring him back. Yeah, I think if you would have just had, well, I don't know. I think if you would have just had those, what was it, like 8 episodes in like the first half, and then really like condensed the story, it could have been cool. And not make him so overpowered. Like, why was he was overpowered for no reason. They tried to make him like a Justice League level threat when he should not have been. If Godspeed was the main villain second half of season 5, then season would have been better. I agree. Yeah, why didn't they? And I think he would have been better. Like, I think they would have handled him better in that season, too. It's so frustrating, man. I, honestly, post season 2 of The Flash, I think if you would have had Eric Waller's template... Now, Eric Wallace did not always do a good job, but I think his template of, like, splitting down the seasons half and half would have been better. Every villain, I think, could have been better. Thinker, Savitar, Cicada, all would have been better, I think. My personal opinion. I just rewatched the last scene of season 5, Oliver Prometheus. Yeah, the final one. Oh, it's so good. That's my favorite Arrowverse moment. Period. Arrow season 7 was meh, but the first part of the season was great. The first half, it's fantastic. I'll always have a soft spot for Arrow season 7, I think. I think because I hated season 6 so much. It felt like a return to form for me. I think the second half needed like some more thought. I think it worked in concept, but it was not executed in a way that that worked for me. Not at all. To be honest, season 5 was boring. We talked about The Flash. Okay, because 2 cicadas, but yeah. Yeah, I think if you split that up, man. And honestly, if we're going back to Godspeed, Nora being there would have even made more sense, because that was that was her villain, right? Oh, bro, it would have been so much better. Can you imagine? Like we have that like cicada arc in like 3 episodes, not 3 episodes, like 8. Like give us 8 episodes of that, and then in the back half we have the Godspeed, and Nora's trying to like go back and forth between fighting it in the future or whatever, and then fighting it in present day, and that would make more sense. Like having that Thawne final arc connect to Godspeed instead of Cicada would have been so much better as well. Maybe Thawne, like, oh bro, like Thawne trains Nora to take down Godspeed. But that's kind of what happened originally, right? But it would have been better if we had him as a full villain. Why? I don't know. Kind of bothered. Almost every season of The Flash, I can kind of be like, alright, like, it was so close to being good, and then if you just made these tiny changes, it could have been great. Season 1 jump into things fell. I don't know what you're referring to here. Season 1 jump into things fail that annoyed me a lot when I watched the show. Season 1 jump. I don't know what you're referring to there. Talk about Flash though? I think for me personally, at least The Flash has a good 5 seasons, and first half of season 6 was good. Fair enough. I'm not a fan of I like all of The Flash season 6. That's my biggest Flash hot take. I love season 6 of The Flash. First half and back half. I don't hate season 5. A lot of people do. Fair enough. I mean, hey man, as long as you enjoy something, then you enjoy something. I didn't hate season 6 of Arrow a lot. I just wish the Civil War wasn't as big deal. Arrow's Civil War could have been really cool, but it wasn't. I think you needed to put Diggle on the other side of the war. I think you needed to separate it, because the only way a Civil War type story works if we care about both sides. But you put old Team Arrow versus new Team Arrow, and nobody cared. Like, we kind of liked Renee, Curtis, and Dinah, but not more than Oliver, Felicity, and Diggs. It should have been like Oliver, Felicity, and like, I don't know, Curtis or whatever. Or like Renee, and then the other side was like Dinah, Diggle, and Curtis or something, you know? Split it up a little bit. Like, we actively care about Diggle. And that one episode where it's just like Diggle just fighting each other, like it's that big argument, and they just start fighting each other. Like, that episode's so good because both actors have such good range. Not saying that I would want a huge Civil War arc anyway, because I don't like that idea in general, but if you're going to do it right. Season 1 is referring to season 5. Comment with Nora. Okay. Yeah, season 5 could have been a lot better in my opinion. To me, season 6 of Arrow is the worst season. It's the worst season of Arrow. Interesting take. I don't agree, but I respect it. What don't you like? Well, I don't like season 6 either, so I can't say what do you not like about it. It's my second least favorite for me. Just imagine we got a final fight with Cisco and Barry in the middle half of the season, then Godspeed comes in and kills Cicada. That'd be cool. Did I say Cisco? I think I did. I'm sorry, Cicada. I would have been down for that. And then, like, Nora, like, we have, like, a little mini arc about, like, Nora being, like, really terrified of him or whatever. Imagine Nora comes back from the past to, like, not to keep Barry from dying, but, like, to, like, escape Godspeed. Like maybe she's terrified of him or something. Oh, bro, that would have been so good. And then we would have had, like, 2 seasons in between having a speedster, so it would have worked just fine. Well, I never liked New Team Arrow until at least season 8, to be honest. That's fair. It took me that long till I could kind of get over the Civil War arc with them. Like, I always liked Curtis, but I think Dinah, man, it took so long for me to like Dinah again. I didn't like Dinah again until, like, season 8, I think. That's how it was with S.H.I.E.L.D. too, though. Like, I loved all the characters, but it wasn't until season 8 where, like, I love Yo-Yo, you know? I know this is a hot take, but I'm going to say it. I didn't hate season 4 of Arrow. I thought it was decent. I think that's a take that's been becoming way more popular than it should have been before. I think, like, these last 2 years, a lot of people have been coming in and really liking Arrow. I still think it's my least favorite Arrowverse season. But I do think there are some things we can appreciate from it, you know? And if you can, listen, man, if you can enjoy any season of television, then that's great. Like, I think there's such this, like, pressure that you have to hate, like, everyone has to hate the same thing. No, if you can find enjoyment out of a thing, great. As long as you're not hurting nobody, that's great. I can't remember season 4 of Arrow. Fair enough. I liked it as a kid, actually. Like, I remember I watched it the first time, I loved it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I liked it, you know? I should be the first showrunner. Yeah, go for it. Take over Eric's job for the last 13 episodes. Not even. Last, like, 7 or whatever we're on. Never liked Curtis at all. But got used to him until season 7. I like Curtis. He's probably not a great adaptation of that character, but I enjoy him. I think he's fun. He was Felicity 2.0, but I kind of liked Felicity most of the time, so. Arrow Season 4 is terrible, but I can respect it now since we got Flash Season 7. These are like bottom 2 Arrowverse seasons, right? I just think I enjoy more things from the Flash Season 7 than I did Arrow Season 4. Like, I can like more individual episodes and more individual things. Although I think... Here's what I'll say. I think the worst is in Flash Season 7. Like, I think that has the worst stuff in the entire Arrowverse. But I think its highs are slightly better than Arrow's highs, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. I just wanted Dinah to shut up. I don't have an issue with them for the most part. I don't know. I just think the Civil War arc was a bad idea. Like, you are bringing in these newbies at the end of the show. Towards the end, in the back half. 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, the back half of your series, you need to do a lot to make us like these characters. And I think making them the enemy isn't doing that. I don't know. We still won't work with you, like, why are you okay, I get it, gotcha. I would agree, Season 8 is not his best season. And maybe that was their attempt to give her that spin-off, because, you know, like, she would have been a front-runner of the Arrowverse for at least a little while. So, you kinda need to do that. I'll be honest, Felicity wasn't annoying in Season 7. Felicity gets too much hate, man. I mean, she got some bad stuff. She got some real bad stuff. But, I like her most of the time. I enjoy her. You know, she's such a huge part of the Arrowverse. Like, I feel like if I spent all that time hating a character, like, she is in the first 8 seasons of the Arrowverse, you know? She's in almost every crossover. If I hate her for all of that, man, like, that just feels very negative. But I enjoy her for the most part. Alright, guys, I'm the Flash showrunner now. Which characters do you want to see in the final season? Ooh. Give me... It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Give me Roy. Has he interacted with the Flash more than, like, once? Nope. Do I want to see him back? Yep. Absolutely. Give me Roy Harper back. What a random character to just pop up. But I would love it. In all seriousness, no. In like a dream world, I mean, you have the obvious ones, right? We all want Oliver. We all want Wally. We all want Cisco. I think if you could, by some miracle, if we could get those 3 characters back, I could be completely content. Like, those are high order characters too. Especially Stephen and Mel. But I think if we could somehow get them all, that would be like dream scenario. Um, 8:15. Sorry, Felicity was good. The final episode. I liked her in the final episode. I liked her stuff with Mia. That was fun. Bring back Captain Cold would be great. Captain Cold would be awesome. Out of all the villains, he's the one I want back the most, though. And Grodd. I don't think we're getting Grodd back, but I don't know. He's like such a big part of the show. I'd love to have a Grodd back. I would say Grodd is probably like the biggest not main villain bad guy we've had on The Flash. I would say so. Okay, great choices, yeah. I really liked Felicity. I really liked early Felicity. She was charming in her own way. Awkward way. Yeah, I would agree. I don't know. I don't want to dive super into shipping stuff. I liked her on the show, but I think they do I even want to say this? Do I want to start a war in the comments? Screw it. I think they should have stayed apart after season 5. I like them together, but I didn't necessarily need them back together, if I'm being honest. I was fine with them apart and just as these, like, platonic friends. The problem with Felicity for me is that they tried to make her tough. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I like that scene a lot, but yeah, you're right. I think it... yeah, fair enough. Let me see. Yeah, with William and Mia, with Felicity, she's interesting. Is she less annoying with kids? Is that a thing? Alrighty, guys, we have about 13-ish more minutes in the chat. Any final things we want to talk about? This has been real fun, though. I kind of like not having like a lot of main topics, because when I have main topics, I can't really have these chats. We're really just talking about the main stuff. Speaking of Crisis on Earth X, man, I really need to rewatch that. I really need to revisit it. I mean, I've seen it so many times, but no comment. No comment. I don't disagree. That is a comment though, isn't it? So I lied. That was a comment. I'm fine with her being tough. I don't... Okay. Here's my criticisms. I don't like them making her a fighter, I think. I thought one of the silliest things in Earth X were just Iris and Felicity kind of turning into, like, Nazi fighting ninjas. I'm fine with them fighting back and holding their own a little bit, but I thought that was a little silly. Like, we have so many characters that can do that. I don't know why we had those characters free everybody. But, I mean, I'm fine with her holding her own. Like, you would, like... Honestly, it would make sense if she couldn't. It wouldn't make any sense if she couldn't. Like, she's married to Oliver Queen. She's had Black Canary and White Canary and Diggle and all these characters by her side. It would be silly if she didn't learn anything over the course of 8 years, you know? I do not know. I really wish they would dive more into her sexuality and her background a little bit, because it's so cute. Like, her with that girl in season 5 was so cute, although they didn't mention she was married to someone last season, which was fun. It was little tidbits of, like, representation. I think, and I've talked about this a lot, I really like Nora a lot more in small bits, right? I think she, like, I didn't like her in season 5, but once she's kind of been there, like, 3 or 4 episodes a season, it works so much better. It works really well, I think, in small bits, but her just there every episode doesn't work for me. I'm gonna be honest, if they didn't break up in season 4, I would love Felicity, but did they make her a damsel? Honestly, like, I think you could have had, like, a very platonic split between these characters. And then, I'm not saying, like, you have to have Oliver be with Black Canary or whatever. Because I think being forced to stick in that bubble is annoying, right? I do think that maybe would have been better for the overall show, though. I don't know. It would have made sense, though, too, because, like, they split in season 4, after season 4, and then season 5 we kind of get, like, a new Laurel, so it would have made sense. I don't know. I have a feeling Mia and XS might get together. Maybe. I be nice. I would love to see them interact somehow. Like, we have so many kids of superheroes, it's insane. We have Oliver's kids. We have Zoe. Diggle has 3 kids. Martian Manhunter has a kid. Black Lightning has kids. Sarah now has a kid. There's so many kids going around. Like, I would love, if we were still doing those Earth Prime comic books, my next one I would do is like a future issue with just all the kids in the future. Like their own little, I'm not saying Young Justice, because I think half of them are too old for Young Justice, but like a next generation Justice League would be really fun. I agree with you, Felicity is tough, but they tried to force it in a way that didn't work. Fair enough. No, I think Crisis, that's a very fair. I think her fighting Nazis with Iris was weird. But most of the time I didn't have a huge issue with it. I think Felicity being tough was never my issues with Felicity. You know? I just think she had actions that were not always the most sound. I think the wedding episode where she just like gets out of the wheelchair, I think that scene in what is it, Heroes Join Forces, when she just bladders Oliver for not telling her, like, that was weird. That was so weird. Never liked Laurel Earth 1, hot take, but Earth 2, Laurel, Black Siren, more. Yeah, I agree. I think she was okay. I just thought she was kind of dry. I think giving her more of a room to grow really helped her. And I think Earth 2 Laurel kind of just had that more attitude. I don't want to say attitude, but kind of more of like a spunk that I really like from Black Canary. So I 100% agree. Evil XS. We're talking about the back half of season 5 where she goes like vengeance crazy. I mean, I bet it was very attractive. I bet it was. But I don't remember. I remember there was a scene where like her eyes glowed red, but I don't remember the context. Was it Thawne? Maybe. Was it Thawne? That sounds right. Was she like possessed by Thawne or something? I feel like I kind of blacked out for most of Flash season 5. Darren, when you mentioned about Heroes Join Forces, I agree. Yeah, Heroes Join Forces was like bottom tier Arrowverse for me. Or Felicity, I should say. We'll be stopping by Endless Multiverse tonight. I usually like to listen to those after they air, because I have a job where I can just kind of listen to stuff while I work. So I put in headphones and I listen to all the podcasts and stuff I missed throughout the week. Omnimedia has his live streams. Chainsaw Reacts has his Endless Multiverse. We have the after party, stuff like that. I really like to kind of listen to afterwards, but maybe I'll stop in, ask a couple questions. Is that starting soon? If so, we are just right about to wrap up. So if you guys want to go over there, by all means. He has a much better show going on than me. So don't feel like you have to stay on my behalf. We're wrapping up very soon anyway. That's why Heroes Join Forces was the first crossover. I agree. After Duet, I love Duet. I do not like Heroes Join Forces. I have to go. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're just about to wrap up anyway. Thank you so much for chatting with us. I've honestly had a blast here. I'm excited to do more of these. It was because she tapped into the negative space for. Okay, I think I remember something like that. I remember her eyes turning red, her going crazy, and you found it attractive. So I can respect that. Yeah, okay, Possessed. I need to do a full-on Flash rewatch. I've rewatched season 1 and 2 like 20 times, and that's about it. So I really need to go through and kind of start rewatching 3 through 9. Maybe after the show ends, I'll do one of those. Okay, so it's an hour from now, I'm seeing. Alright, fair enough. I hope they have a fantastic stream. I'll try and catch it afterwards. Maybe I'll pop in, say a couple things. I love Chainsaw, some great content over there. If you guys aren't following Chainsaw Reacts, I've been loving, I don't know if anyone else is a fan, I've been loving his Ben 10 reactions. They're so good, man. He's having a blast doing that over there, and I love that for him. Wait, you like, I love duet, man. I love musicals. So you combine one of my favorite franchises with new musical content, I love it. I loved it. Plus it's a crossover, man. It's probably the best we've seen Barry and Kara like just have fun together. I often don't understand why more people don't like it. I would say, okay, I shouldn't say that, because I feel like if you're not a fan of musicals, I get it. I can get not enjoying it if you're not a fan of music or musicals. Why a lot of people aren't excited for Joker 2, but I am so excited for Joker 2. Alright, we're going to go on for about 2 more minutes. We'll start wrapping up, saying our goodbyes. This was a lot of fun. My plan for these are Fridays. Because I was trying to think of a day. I was trying to work around everyone else's kind of streams. Because like Lance has his on Mondays. Some people have one on Wednesdays. I wanted to do Saturdays, but I'm like, oh wait, that's the after party. I don't want to step on Eric's toes too much. Because he's awesome too. So I was like, alright, Fridays. Normally I want to do around 4-ish, but I don't know, maybe 7 is a good time, because we had quite a bit of people in here talking, so maybe we'll make a poll, seeing like what time on Fridays people would prefer me to go live. If I'm not working. I love 7 p.m. Maybe I'll do 7. 7 sounds good. Ooh, oh hi, I see a comment in here I really want to talk about. Let me the last couple questions. Kara and Barry crossover. Yes. Need more of them. Okay, that's fair. You don't like musicals? I can get why you don't like it. 7 o'clock. I might do 7. 7 sounds good. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Oh no, wait. I should read the whole thing. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey isn't done with childhood horror movie twists. He's producing Bambi, and he's doing Peter Pan. Yes! And I don't know how to feel about this. Some of these I really like. Some of these I don't. I'm not a horror movie fan. I never have been. But I love Disney. And I do love getting these different kind of, not technically Disney anymore, but these adaptations of these characters I love so much. Winnie the Pooh, I think, is a miss. I don't think that's a character that needs horrified. Bambi, we'll see. That sounds very silly, but we'll see. Peter Pan, though, works so well. Like, Peter Pan has always been this creepy character, and I love that. I love that. Like, I'm a huge fan of Once, and they kind of really touched upon that. Like, they were like, alright, let's make this guy the villain, have him steal these kids, make him, like, honestly, a really scary villain. So, I'm down for some of these. I'm not looking forward to Winnie the Pooh, because he's my childhood icon, like, my childhood. I love Winnie the Pooh so much. Bambi, though, Bambi sounds funny. Like, that sounds like a comedy, you know? Peter Pan's great. I think, I'm trying to think, and it's hard because, like, you have to pick from characters that are still that are, like, free domain now, right? So, I think Peter Pan's, like, perfect. Maybe, like, a Cinderella, like, very, like, horror movie Cinderella, like, maybe, like, I don't know how you do it, like, maybe, like, Cinderella, like, kills her family to get to the ball or something. Or maybe, like, the prince is just, like, really evil or something. I don't know. There's some fun things you could do there, though. And with that, we are about an hour in. I like to kind of keep things kind of simple. One last comment before we kind of head out of here. Hey man, if you need a mod, I would have to consider that, yeah, for sure. I used to have a bunch of mods, but I might consider that, man. We'll see. I'll kind of see who's all on the channel, and hey man, you've been coming on here and talking with us, and that's awesome. So I'll definitely consider that, and thank you everyone who joined in the chat. These things are always so kind of like fearful, because like, oh, it's either no one's gonna show up or a whole bunch of people showed up, and a bunch of people showed up and talked with me and had a great time, and I want to do more of these. So guys, thank you so much. I hope everyone has a fantastic Friday. Hope everyone had a good holiday. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye bye.